Hello, how are you? I'm going to show you this little ball. It's a mini robot because you can connect this ball to your browser, and with some special coding you can play with the ball and you can move it along a table or a flat surface. So the idea for bringing to you this ball, maybe you can buy one. It's called Sphero.com. You can find it there. It costs less than $50, so it's quite cheap and you can play with it. But our idea here, we're going to show you that some Neuraxon applications will be applied into some kind of robotics. So this is a proof of concept about one of the many things that some program or some model could do in the future. It's not for us to create the application just to show for anybody the way that you can play with the Neuraxon code. So let's see two easy applications for the ball, and I'm going to show you in the browser how can you manage and how can you test the ball. So you may try and you may play, and we'll soon hear about your progress in moving this little. So you will find here the link into this application, and first of all we need to connect the ball here. See, so in the upper left corner we press here connect. The ball is off, and now I press connect. I choose the Bluetooth connection, I pair it, and now you see the light, so the ball is connected. You can choose two kind of control modes, manual or hybrid. If I press manual, I'm going to play with the ball with these four buttons, the classical buttons for gaming. This is for advanced, this is for rotating left, rotating right, and this is also quite intense rotation. And if you choose the hybrid mode, it's a mix between some manual movements with a human drive and some Neuraxon automatic calculations and movement. You may see here, for instance, if I press A, you may see here in the motor output how the ball rotates. So if the ball rotates 90 degrees and then I press W, it's going to move in this direction, and I press A, for instance, 90 degrees here, and then if I press W, the ball will move into this direction. You can adjust also the speed of the ball. Here you have a little screen about the system log, and you may see here the precise time in which the ball is doing anything, so you can check the past movements. If we go to the right, you can adjust the neuromodulators. That means that you will feel, for instance, if I put dopamine to the maximum, you will feel that the way the ball moves is much more intense. So you can play with dopamine, very high, very low, with serotonin, with noradrenaline, with acetylcholine. You will see in the network status or statistics how many excitatory neurons are released, how many inhibitory connections are done in every precise moment, how many remain in the trinary state and the neutral state, and how many synapses between this inner part of the inner layer of the network, the hidden layers in the middle, and the output. And of course the output relates to these four buttons, as you may notice here. So if I press W, you will see here in the middle of the screen output here in blue, forward, and if you look here up, you will see excitation, okay, +1. If I press A, you see the activation of this inner layer, and you see down here the output in blue. If I press D, you see another inner layers activation, and then in the output here in the left corner you see the activation. And if I press S, it happens the same, but for this output right activation. You can take a look at an oscillator bank, the activity trace of the network, the receptor activations, which are somehow different ways that the neuromodulators release and bind into the network. And you may see the learning process, because ideally you could train the ball manually and then set it into a hybrid mode in which Neuraxon starts to play. And then it's not our job here, but we could add a third control mode with Neuraxon here, so the ball moves by itself with the Neuraxon model based in what we have trained before manually. This is the application. I will add that here video of the ball, so you may see how I move my mouse or the keyboard and how the ball moves by itself. Okay, so this is one of the first applications we are going to show you. So I disconnect right now and let's go for the second one, which is very nice for the Qubic community. Oh my god. So you see here some Qubic letters with colors. Let's move into brain view, and first of all we need to connect again the ball. So I press here, Bluetooth, now it's paired. Okay, I may test the motor. So if I press test motor and test the LED, the lights, you see the changes. Okay, and then I can choose in the sensory input manually. You may see here S0, S1, S2, S3, S4 or S5. I can activate or deactivate. First I'm going to stop and then I choose the states, as you may see, as you may notice here. And then I'm going to choose the letter size. For instance, I'm going to choose a very big letter size, the maximum, the speed of how the ball moves and writes a letter. So I want a very low speed, so I may notice how it creates the letter. Segment type which is related to the speed. Okay, I can play with neuromodulators too. So less dopamine, please, more serotonin, and no stress for our little tiny robot ball. So less adrenaline. If I press here write, you will see that the ball is moving, turning, and trying to write the word Qubic. I will show you a video. And we see that the ball is moving and creating this writing application. Now we may see in the flat surface that is drawing the word Q. Okay, so of course we need to adjust better the way it writes, but it's not our purpose to create a perfect ball writer. Our idea is to show you this proof of concept, and it means that Neuraxon applications and coding applications can be very useful for the field of robotics and too. Okay, so I hope if you want to buy the ball, it's Sphero.com, less than $50, and you can play with some of these applications that we are doing. And of course, you can develop them based in the code that we provide. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.